Previously on Skyrim.
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentry.
Hey, Kaji! Look up! Come on, the gods won't give us another chance! This way!
We just need to move some of these rocks.
Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a dragon? The bringers of the end times? You gotta get that armor on. Give that sword a few swings, too. That'll teach you.
Where'd you come from?
This looks like the way out. I was starting to wonder if we'd ever make it. Closest town from here is Riverwood. My uncle's the blacksmith there. I'm sure he'd help you out. It's probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
Before we move on, let's get all this explanation out the way and basically talk about all the things that I'm going to be doing before we get underway, so it saves me slowing down the gameplay. And the first thing I'm going to do is take off this helmet, because Gaston, I love you, but you look ridiculous with that, that Imperial helmet on. There we go, much better, much better, Gaston. You look like a Don, I love you. But anyway, so as I said, there's a certain sort of thing that, well, actually, it'll probably make a lot more sense if I just open up the skill tree. So this is basically where you level up. This is the skill tree, and as you can see here, there are many different. Well, they look like star combinations, but really they represent different things, like illusion. There you got alchemy, which is like a potion. Speech is like a little speech bubble. Pickpocketing is a little hand. Lock picking's a lock. A sneak is a little snake. Blah 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 blah, etc. etc. I'm not going to go through all of them, but basically what happens is every time you level up, you can put a point in one of these, and by the time you get to the end of the game, yeah, you probably could level up. Not all of them, but quite a fair few of them. But it's right at the start. It's a good idea to look through these. Look through what they do. See, this one increases the buying and selling prices by 10%, 10% better price of the opposite sex, blah 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 blah. So it's good to look through one of these, see what the perks are, see what sort of character that you want to make, and then go through here and basically pick the best skill points you want to use. Because if you try and stick them in everything, or you keep switching, you end up with a bit of a middle character that's never that great. So, but I already know what I want Gaston to be. He's sort of like he's the ever-loving thief. You know, he's a good guy who'll help you out. He's not just going to go and kill you for no reason. But at the same time, you leave a gold ring on the side, he's gonna take it. So I'm probably gonna be putting my points in illusion magic to help invisibility and make it quieter when I'm sneaking, stuff like that. Speech as well, because he's got the silver tongue. He's got the gift of the gab. What can I say? I might put a few points in pickpocketing, but it's not something I necessarily going to be using quite a lot. Lockpicking, a few points are going to be going in there, just make life a little bit harder. Actually, probably quite a lot of points, but it's not as important as some others. But sneak, I'm going to be putting a lot of points in. That's gonna get heavy use. Sneak will. So yeah, that one's going to be maxed out quite quick as well. Going to need some points in my light armor, because you have heavy armor and light armor, and because I'm going to be a bit of a sneaky character, heavy armor makes a lot more noise than light armor. So I'm going to put some points in my light armor, make sure I'm nice and protected. There's no point sneaking up on an enemy just to have your head caved in. So, as I said, archery as well with the bow. Archery and sneak, two things I'm very much doing. One-handed attacks as well, because I know I've got a sword at the moment, but I'm since I'm a bit of a sneaky character, a bit of a thief, I feel like he's going to be more deadly with a dagger. I know, obviously, there are better things my character can use, and I'm kind of assume as I go on throughout this game, people are going to tell me there are better things, better weapons, better ways of doing it. But this is the way that I want to do it. It's the way I want to make my character. It's the way I feel Gaston is deep down in his soul. So, I want Gaston to be sort of like a character who uses one-handed, sort of like dual-wielding daggers or something like that. It's definitely how I feel he's going to be. And also later on throughout the game, I'm also going to put some points in enchanting. It's always good to have a nice magical weapon, a weapon that only slices and dices, but burns them from the inside out. It's just sounds good to me. It sounds good. But anyway, yeah, that's that. And why I've got this open as well. If you flick to the left, you've got your magic, all the spells that you know. These Night Eye must be one that I have from the start, because as it said, Khajiits can see at night time. So actually, I might as well let's favourite that one up, hotkey that one up as well. Healing, so I can heal myself, and flames. Now, even though I said I'm going to be using illusion spells, since how he uses them, I will also be using stuff like healing spells. So potions probably won't be that important to me unless I'm in a bit of a jam, but healing spells also something I used. Destruction spells, not as much, but they are just they are quite fun to use. So, yep, and also you got your map down the bottom here. On the world map, locations that you have discovered have light icons, while locations that you have only heard about have dark icons. You can select any location you have discovered to fast travel to it. So you see that's a bit lighter. Riverwood I've heard about, but I haven't been there, so it's dark. But then Helgen's white because I've already, I just narrowly escaped from there. So, and then when you go onto your journal. Here, as you can see here, the quest journal lists the quest objectives. Select a quest and press X to make it your active quest, which adds to quest targets to your compass and world map. I felt like I said quest a lot there. But as you can see, it's got a little, almost like a tick. See, the little toggle active, little arrow. By doing that, you can put a location on your map, and then you can zoom to that exact location to show where you've got to go. So there we've got to go, and there we are. And of course, as you've already seen, items. This lists your weapons, your clothes, your potions, your books, your keys, and your miscellaneous. And I think you get a few other things like scrolls or something like that. So, but anyway, that is all the explaining. I wanted to get that done and dusted out the way now, so now we can just focus on actually playing the game and having fun with Gaston, your ever-loving thief. So I do believe he said to head off to Riverwood. Was it Riverwood? The start of the game, and I'm already forgetting. Riverwood, yeah, go to Riverwood. So we don't really have much else to do, so I guess off we go. Off to Riverwood it is. Walking down this path now, not only looking around at what can I say, it's a very, very beautiful looking game. Beautiful scenery. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm walking along and I'm trying to soak this in. I'm trying to remember this moment of Gaston in his light Imperial armour. Looking a bit foolish, I must say. And because at one point I've got a feeling much, much, much further down the line, we're going to look back on this point with fond memories of little did we know of all the things that are about to happen to us, we're about to experience. It seems how we do have a bit of a long yet beautiful road to travel. I also get the feeling I'm going to be going up there in a not too distant future. But yeah, I feel I should also mention a few things to sort of get out of the way, just talk about what's going to be happening and stuff like that. As you know, I normally like to play games all the way through first, complete them, and then that way I can give you a better experience, a better walkthrough, and all that sort of stuff. As of this moment, I have not completed this game. I have got nowhere near to completing this game. I don't think I've even got halfway through, I think would be an understatement. I'll say a quarter, a third at max. So, a lot of this is going to be brand new to me. So, for those of you who have always said they wanted to see me do a blind playthrough or a blind walkthrough, then congratulations, because a lot of this game is going to be just that to me. It's going to be blind. And I'm looking forward to going up there. That looks majestic. I think we might have to take a detour at some point. And what if this game just didn't look beautiful enough as it is? This music that plays in the background when you're travelling just makes it that much better. I think the whole reason I've never completed this game is because I honestly spend hours just looking around. The Guardian Stones. Well, speaking of looking around, what do we have here? Activate the Thief Stone. Oh, I like the sounds of that. The Mage Stone. The Warrior Stone. Well, it's definitely between the Thief Stone and the Mage Stone, but I think I'm going to have to go with the Thief Stone. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, isn't it, Gaston? Thief Stone me up! Those under the sign of the Thief will learn all stealth skills 20% faster. You may only have one sign blessing at a time. So, I'm more than likely going to choose this, but I'm just curious what the Mage Stone does. Oh, magic skills 20% faster. I'm guessing this would be just attacks or... combat, yeah, so that's the Thief Stone it is. Ah, that's nice. When I first clicked it, I didn't think anything was going to happen. I was like, well, that's anticlimactic, but nice. I'm feeling blessed already. Well, other than nearly having my head chopped off and then being attacked by a dragon, I've got to say it's been a pretty good day for Gaston so far. Found a bunch of armour, found a bow, met a bear, met a dragon, and got blessed by the Thief Stone. It's a good day to be Gaston, I've got to say. Now, there are plenty of things also we can check out, like that's a mine up there, but I think first port of call we're feeling a bit bare right now. Other than the few arrows I found and was given, and the little bit of gold I found. We're a bit bare at the moment. I feel like we need to armour ourselves up, and for that exact reason, I can hear wolves. Yeah, I see you, wolves. I see you. I don't want any trouble. You stay back, and I won't harm you. Stay where you are, wolf. Nope. All right. Fair enough. Have it that way. I might. Yep, I think I might need to switch to my sword. Iron sword. Whoa, where did you come from? Now, it won't matter where you come from, because I know where you're going. That's straight to hell. Wolf pelt. Wolf pelt. I will take my iron arrow back, thank you very much. These are kind of in short supply right now. Ah, see, like, you went and hurt me as well. Well, that's slowly healing on its own, so... Did I put the... I did put the healing spell. Good, good, good. And also, when you've got everything favorited as well, you can hotkey stuff up. So, for the time being, let's hotkey my bow and arrow to left. And... let's put the iron sword. Hey, look at that. My first PVR cut out of the walkthrough. The first of what I can only assume is going to be many. So let's get the iron sword a second. I mean, the dagger is what I'm going to be using, I think, quite a lot throughout this thing. But for now, I feel like the sword is obviously... If I need to switch that quick, then it's the sword that I'm going to be needing to use. So there we go. So now I can just switch between my sword and my bow nice and quickly, which is exactly what we need to do. Yeah, but as I was saying, I think we need to get to Riverwood. We need to get some reinforcements, stock up, get some more armor. Get some better weapons, get some better armor, weapons, buy some stuff, sell some stuff, and then we can go investigating. So I don't think going into a mine that could potentially have bandits and thieves inside is a particularly good idea right now. What a lovely deer over there. I just get caught up just looking at stuff. And this would be Riverwood, I would presume. Yep, Riverwood discovered. Solitude, Whiterun, Windhelm, Markarth, and Riften. So we've got plenty of other places we're going to be experiencing.
We should go inside to talk. Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more of your fantasies.
You'll see. It was a dragon. It'll kill us all and then you'll believe me.
If it kills us all, I think he'll just be dead. I mean, a lot of people at Helgen were. Don't worry, lady, I believe you, Hildy. Let's talk about the dragon.
Nobody believes me, but I tell you, I saw a dragon.
Yeah, I believe you, trust me. Did you also happen to see a Khajiit walking on 2 legs? Ah dear, alright, fair enough. Let's go talk to Hadvar. See, if we had actually gone together, Hadvar, then maybe I wouldn't have been attacked by those walls. See, I'm away from you for 3 seconds, and look what happens.
Sigrid, we have company.
Hadvar, it's good to see you again.
Hadvar, we've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then, boy. What's the big mystery? What are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon? That's ridiculous. You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Ooh, take a gift. That's a funny way of needing help. I like these people. When they need help, they give you stuff. I like it. He said he was nearly attacked by a bear. I was going to say, if it wasn't for us sneaking past, then we actually would have been attacked by a bear. Ooh. Pickpocketing success is 15% better. Do I need ask? I'm definitely taking this. Oh, can I take as many gifts as I like? Oh, thank you. In that case, I will also take. I will be taking some healing potions. I could probably sell that for a pretty penny. I'll take another ring. The one problem with food in this game is one thing I've always felt is it's like you don't it's like you could go forever without food and water and you'll never suffer for it. So I don't know. I don't really feel I'm gonna need any food. So yep, that'll sort me out for now. Yeah, I'll take some bread or a rabbit haunch. Why not?
The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Yeah, will do, friend, will do. I mean, if Helgen got taken down, they had General Tullius and the rest of the Imperials there, so you guys look like you don't really have much, so... well, I've already taken quite a bit, but do you have any other supplies I could take?
Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. Help yourself to whatever you need, within reason.
So basically you mean I can't go and pilfer everything from around your house. Fair enough. I'll take an apple as well. So, how do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun, just keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace.
Fair enough, fair enough. Seems easy enough. So, what can you tell me about this Jarl I'm going to go meet? Obviously, I've already suffered at the hands of authority once today. I don't want to be walking into a trap.
Jarl Balgruuf. He rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war, I'm afraid it can't last, though.
Yeah, cautious. With dragons around, I think cautious is probably a good thing. So which side of the war does he favour?
I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Elisif much. Who can blame him? But I've no doubt he'll prove loyal to the Empire in the end. He's no traitor.
So I'm guessing you support the Empire then?
Of course. Skyrim has always been part of the Empire. That doesn't mean I support everything the Empire's been doing lately. But Nords have never been fair-weather friends.
Fair enough, fair enough. Join the Imperial Legion. Hold up, they were just trying to chop my head off. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You mentioned Elisif, if that's how you pronounce her name. Sorry, I'm not from around here, as you can tell by the way I look. I'm not good at pronouncing these names. I'm going to butcher them a lot throughout the rest of this game. So who is Elisif?
Ah, I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torrig when he was murdered. Ulfric murdered Torrig, you know. Walked right into his palace in Solitude and killed him. Shouted him to death, if you believe the stories. That's what started this whole war. The Empire couldn't ignore that. Once the Jarls start killing each other, we're back to the bad old days.
Shouted him to death. Well, man, I've heard of people having quite a mouth on them, but that's pushing things a little bit. Would explain though why he was on the chopping block with me just a little while ago. What can you tell me about Riverwood then, if I'm going to be doing you a favour?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill.
Could I use your forge at some point?
I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
It does sound good, but I'm not much of the smith myself, but thanks for the offer. So you've told us about the Jarls, but what do you think about the war?
People are rightly stirred up about the damn Thalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people, just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim.
Why are the Thalmor allowed to arrest people for worshipping Talos?
It's from that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his Sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. And sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down. Dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me.
So basically, if I'm hearing this right, they outlawed the worship of Talos, but never really enforced it. They let people do it as long as they kept quiet about it. But then Ulfric started kicking up a fuss, and then their hands were kind of forced. They had to crack down and start arresting them. So it seems like Ulfric stirred up something that was nicely settled at the time. But anyway, thank you for the information there, Alvor.
Until next time.
Did you really see a dragon? What did it look like? Did it have big teeth?
Hush, child. Don't pester your cousin.
Oh, Hadvar looks like he's a bit emotional about the situation. Maybe he's just emotional that I'm back.
Can I help you?
Anyway, now we've done that, I think the only thing really on the agenda is to head off to Whiterun. Or join the Imperial Legion. I don't really see myself doing that anytime soon. Well, before we head off to Whiterun, before we help out the people of Riverwood, I feel like we might as well walk around and see what there is to do.
Did you really see a dragon?
I did, Dorf, I did.
Papa isn't too friendly with strangers. But you seem alright.
Is your name actually Dorf, or is it Dorothy? Dorothy, maybe? Ah, dearie me. Anyway, Hadvar, I'm going to be going around the town a little bit.
It's damn Stormcloak rebels.
Yeah, and they nearly did a number on us. So, well, I suppose I only know how to get to Whiterun. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, I guess, or should I say the dragon in the room. I thought all the dragons were all dead long ago.
So did I. If the damn Stormcloak somehow found one, or woke it up, the war might be about to take an ugly turn. Hard to believe it was just a coincidence, that the first dragon anyone's seen for centuries attacks just as Ulfric was about to be executed.
I can see your pessimism there. It does seem a little bit coincidental, but at the same time, waking up an extinct creature, or at least a creature that's hiding, I don't know. But you might be onto something there. So who were the other prisoners anyway? You mentioned Jarl Ulfric.
You didn't know? That was Ulfric Stormcloak and his top lieutenants.
Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to current events.
Oh, right. You were caught trying to cross the border into Skyrim, weren't you? You're not kidding. Ulfric's the leader of the Stormcloaks. You know, the traitors trying to break Skyrim away from the Empire.
So, who are the Stormcloaks then?
You haven't heard of the civil war in Skyrim? I guess down in Cyrodiil, people have other things to worry about. It's pretty simple. Ulfric founded the Stormcloaks years ago, as a sort of private army to advance his ambitions. He's always used the ban on the worship of Talos to stir people up against the Empire. He never succeeded in getting much support, so a few months ago he murdered the High King. That got the Empire's attention.
Yep, something like that definitely would. So how did he capture Ulfric then? I mean, he shouted the king a part of his voice. I mean, how did he capture a guy like that?
A masterstroke by General Tullius. He's only been in charge here for a few months, but he's turned things around for the Empire. We've been trying to catch Ulfric since the war started, but he always seemed to slip through our fingers, like he knew we were coming. This time, the general turned the tables on him. Ulfric rode right into our ambush with only a few bodyguards. He surrendered pretty meekly too. So much for his death or glory reputation. I thought we were taking Ulfric back to Cyrodiil, but I guess the general changed his mind. You know the rest.
Although in saying that, if you think there's anything to do with the dragons coming back and Ulfric's capture, then maybe him surrendering wasn't much of a surrender. Maybe he wanted the dragon to attack right when Commander Tullius was there. It makes sense, but of course Tullius was able to capture Ulfric. He's Commander Bailey or Captain Bailey or Sol from Battlestar Galactica or whatever you want to call him. That voice I'd follow into battle anywhere. So anyway, why was the worship of Talos banned in the first place?
I guess that wasn't such a big deal elsewhere in the Empire, but here it's caused a lot of resentment. Native son and all that. Even I'll admit it hasn't been the Empire's finest hour. But it wasn't like the Emperor had any choice, did he? If he hadn't signed the peace treaty with the Thalmor, they would have destroyed the Empire. Then where would Skyrim be? That's the part that Ulfric's supporters always conveniently forget about. Unless the Empire stands together, the Thalmor will destroy us all.
So I'm guessing it was one of those things, give up the one luxury to save the rest sort of thing, leave one guy behind to save the 1,000. Seems like that sort of thing. And from what you say, it sounds like they were letting people worship Talos just sort of in secret. But fair enough. Fair enough. Thanks for the talk, Hadvar.
Be careful on the way to Solitude. Damn Stormcloaks could be anywhere.
It's wolves I'm worried about at the moment. Well, dragons first, then wolves. But...
Can't wait to kill another of Ulfric's boys.
Okay, calm down. Calm down now. You give yourself a stroke. Can I take this gold? According to this, it looks like...
Keep your guard up.
No, I will do. Normally, if it's stealing, it tells you it's stealing. Are we that close now, Hadvar? You're just allowing me to take your gold? Well, I will give this one a quick safety save anyway, because I haven't saved it since we started, so it's probably a wise idea to. Let's create a new save. I normally like to have 2 saved files going at once. That way, if anything drastic happens, a glitch in the game, anything like that, I can backtrack to my last save point. So it's always good to know. But also, I'm kind of curious if he's going to allow me to take this gold just right off his table. I mean, are we that close now? Okay, fair enough. Looks like we're that good of friends now. Hadvar will just gladly share his gold with me. A Gentleman's Guide to Whiterun. Oh, no, I'm not really much in a reading mood right now. Man, am I actually just allowed... Oh, there we go. That's stealing the hunting bow. So the gold is still the potion and the hunting bow is stealing, but the gold and the lockpicks are just mine for the taking. You're a funny man, Hadvar. You're a funny man, but anyway, let's go see what Riverwood has to offer.